Back in 1988, we were getting ready to head to North Myrtle Beach for spring break. Now, when you're a group of young guys planning spring break, there are really only three things you need: place to stay, way to get there, and plenty of beer. We had all three. My brother Bill and I were standing in the driveway trying to figure out how we were going to caravan down to South Carolina. We had three cars, bunch of beer, and team, our friends, Greg, Alex, Bill, Mike, and me. We were a pretty tight group. Well, then Cameron arrived. Now, Cameron wasn't exactly part of the group. Bill evidently extended him a sympathy invite. But he walks up holding a box of Ho-Hos and announces to everyone, "Ho-Hos, gotta have these." Alex looked at me and said, "I hate freaking Ho-Hos." We paused for a minute and look at Cameron and look back at each other. Yeah, that's when we knew that Cameron had become Ho-Ho. Poor guy had no idea his nickname had just been decided in our parents' driveway. So now we're ready. We got three cars. We're rolling to Myrtle Beach, drinking beer along the way. The only problem was the beer was in the Jag. Problem solved. We just drove side by side, about 80 miles an hour, passing the beer between the cars, so we didn't have to stop. Makes sense. Eventually, we did pull over to TT. So when we pull over, we're standing outside the gas station, and this local guy walks up to us and says, "Y'all going to Columbia? There's a party in Columbia." We laugh and offer the guy a beer. He says, "I got one buh. I got one buh." So we figured that was his way of saying bush. So we pile back into the cars and get ready to get back on the road. And I realize Cameron is gone. His dumbass got on the road before us. Has no idea where he was going. So I send Bill and Alex. They floor it. Go catch up with him before he ends up somewhere in Florida. And somehow they catch him. And somehow we didn't get pulled over. Eventually, we make it to Arcadian Shores, where Mom and Dad's condo was on the beach. 12th floor, 12B to be exact. Perfect spring break headquarters. We go to Kroger, load up on roast beef, snacks, coffee, and of course more beer. And somewhere along the way, we ended up with these giant drink cups. Some had California raisins on them. Some had Spuds McKenzie. Anyway, at the time, we thought they were pretty cool cups. Anyway, next morning, everybody's just getting up, except me. I'm out on the balcony looking at the ocean, drinking coffee. Bill and Alex walk out and look at me, say, "Coffee?" I say, "Folgers, the richest, most aromatic coffee in the land." It still brings a laugh to this day. Well, now it's time to head to the beach. So this was not long after Top Gun came out. So naturally, we thought we were all fighter pilots, and why Mike became Slider. We met girls, we met lots of girls, and we drank way too much. Spent a lot of time playing hacky sack. Now, if you ever played hacky sack in a circle, the goal is to get the sack around the circle without it falling. In this case, touching the sand. It's called a full hack. And every time we got a full hack, we'd take off running into the ocean like idiots celebrating the Super Bowl. One of the times I lost my Varnays. Everybody was looking for them. And heck, if they didn't show back up in the water, so lucky. That afternoon, I decided to fly a kite. And I was killing it. I mean, I was flying this kite like a professional. And I go get the guys. "You got to watch this, man." I'm showing off, and the string slips out from my hand. The kite starts drifting away. So I take off running after it. Now, Myrtle Beach is called the Grand Strand because the beach is huge. But the sand is hard, like concrete. So I'm sprinting full speed, chasing the kite, trip, face plant right into the sand. I'm talking full body slam straight into the sand. Half the beach probably laughing their asses off at me. The guys dragging me upstairs, throwing me in the shower, trying to get the sand out of my eyes. And they throw me in the bed. Next thing I know, I wake up later, stumble into the living room, my hair sticking up straight, eyes barely open. I look back and there's Cameron Ho-Ho is laying in my bed, passed out, face all shiny, sunburned. And I say, who put grease face in the bed with me? And the guys absolutely lost it. That wasn't the end of our excitement. Next night got even better. One of the girls we had met earlier shows up with her friend. We had advertised 12B all around the beach. Well, they were totally hammered. Turns out they were 15 years old. Now, they sure didn't look 15 when we met them earlier. So I tell Alex, get them the hell out of here. And he takes them downstairs towards the pool area. And a few minutes later, Alex comes running back up to the condo. Security's coming. The cops are coming too. Well, now I'm the only one of age. So the decision gets made pretty quickly. Stu needs to leave. Greg says, I'm coming with you. Alex grabs all of our bags. Greg and I run down 12 flights of stairs, jump into the Jag. I fire it up, pull it around to the side stair exit where Alex throws the bags into the car, and I floor it. The last thing I see is in the mirror is the security guy standing there watching us disappear into the night. Greg and I drove about 30 minutes to a tiny little town called Conway, South Carolina. We found a place called the Conway Motor Inn. They had one room left, but we didn't care. We were exhausted. We walk into that one room, discover that one room had one bed, and it was a water bed. So Greg climbs up on the bed, and I go get on the other side, and Greg flips off the bed completely. We laughed so hard, he ended up sleeping in the chair. Next morning, we decide it's time to head home. Spring break has officially run its course. And somehow, between the kite, the faceplant, the police scare, Conway waterbed, we realized we'd probably pushed our luck about as far as it could go. Looking back now, there's a lot of bad decisions, a few near disasters, and one very hard landing in the sand. But those trips with your friends when you're young, those are the ones you remember forever. So if you have funny spring break stories, please share them with me. I'd love to hear them. Talk to you next time. Thanks.